Do you happen to have a duster with an instrument cluster that's a cluster? Today I'm going to show you how to take a duster cluster from this to this. All for about $40 in materials, mostly from your local Wally World. Feel free to sub for more automotive adventures and classic Mopar. Here we have the cluster that was originally in my duster. Now, I did restore this one as well, but actually ended up giving it to my nephew for his demon. This is the one I restored for me, and it was in far worse condition. But it also used to be in my brother's high school dart, so it had to be this one. The materials you'll need for this process are some matte black spray paint, chrome metallic spray paint, painter's tape, and a lot of patience. You'll also need Play-Doh, as well as these automotive decals. Both of these I will explain in more detail later. The first step is obviously just doing a really deep clean. I removed the circuit boards and instruments to avoid damaging anything and to get in all those little nooks and crannies. After things were looking good again, I masked off all the black plastic and instrument windows and re-chromed the trim. I looked at a lot of cheap alternatives to real chrome, and this spray paint by far turned out the best. While this stuff does look fantastic, it unfortunately comes off really easily. Even after many days of drying, you have to be super careful masking on it, and especially during the reinstallation. You might be wondering how I masked off the rings on these little instrument windows. And that's where the Play-Doh from earlier comes in. It's super easy to mold Play-Doh into each window up to each of the rings. Then you just spray over it and remove the Play-Doh later with a pencil or something. After patiently waiting a few days, you'll mask off the chrome now. Like I said, it may come off in spots, but you can touch that up later once the black paint dries. At this point, we are just about done. I still had to mask off and paint the speedometer window, but after that it was just applying the woodgrain sticker. I got mine from a site called Detroit Muscle Technologies, which is not particularly easy to find on Google anymore. I'll include a link in the description, but make sure the decal you get matches the cluster that you actually have. And here we have the final result. The cluster that was in my brother's high school car looks just about like new again. As you can clearly see, many other things have changed in this interior since the old cluster was in, and I'll be sure to make plenty of videos explaining those as well. Until then though, thanks for watching, and I hope this video helps.